In the beginning of the year, we discussed some of the concepts of learning Mishnah from the same letters as the word neshama, the connection between our learning Torah and the strengthening of our neshama, just like we need food to eat, just like we need air and oxygen to breathe. We also need Torah because that feeds our neshama. We need mitzvah because that feeds our neshama. One of the things we mentioned is that in kindergarten, we learned how to identify letters. In first grade, we learned how to read words. In second grade, we learned how to find sharashim, prefix, suffix, milim. In third grade, we learned how to ask questions, reading Rashi. In fourth grade, we learned how to piece that all together, and Rashi and questions and answers and everything goes together. And in fifth grade, we began to learn on our own. And the highlight of our siyum is that we can learn on our own. That we can take a Mishnah that we've only learned once or twice before, or not even at all, and read it, translate it, and very proudly explain most of it, just because we've been learning these skills for such a long time. So before we learn a new Mishnah today, this is going to pause. We're going to spend time with our Chavruta reading and translating, and polishing our reading and translating, making it seem perfect and flawless on the Mishnah we learned yesterday. Today we're going to move on to a Mishnah in Makkot. This Mishnah, similar to yesterday's, deals with a question of why Hashem gave us Torah mitzvah. Isn't there something different, a different way, a different something, I don't know, that should strengthen us differently than Torah mitzvah? Torah mitzvah doesn't seem to be necessarily the right way to go, although if we study it and realize it, it really is. It's beautiful, awesome, strengthens us, like we said, we learned yesterday. It strengthens our ability to be part of society. This Mishnah is found at the end of Makkot, which is really a connection to Sanhedrin. These two Masechot together really talk about having an established government with laws, which is not just a mitzvah for us, but it's a mitzvah that all of the Ummot HaOlam have. One of the 7 mitzvah b'nei Noach is to establish a government that's part of society, to have a positive society. And at the end of these two Masechot together, which connect us, Tosfot teaches us in the beginning of Makkot, the Mishnah teaches us this concept of why did Hashem give us Torah mitzvah? So we're going to take our Chavruta again. We're going to read and translate the best as we can. We're going to try and understand it, and then we're going to come back together and watch a video and listen to me teach it so that we can make sure that we're able to polish it. Then we're going to go back and read it again and translate it again. And we're going to know 2 Mishnayot that we learned and polished perfectly. Please pause the video now. Okay, I hope you're feeling confident with reading and translating that Mishnah. Let's take a look at it together. Rabbi Chananya ben Akasha Omer, one of the Tanaim, the authors of the Mishnah, once said, Ratza HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem wanted Lizakot, to give merit at Yisrael, to Bnei Yisrael, to the Jewish people. Hashem wanted to reward us. He wanted to give us a great, beautiful gift. Remember at Har Sinai, Hashem picked up the Har Sinai and said, if you accept the Torah, awesome. If not, okay. And we said, sure, we'll accept the Torah. And Hashem said, you know what happens if you accept the Torah now that you said yes? You're going to become an Am Segula, a treasured nation, a Kahal La'amim, a gathering for all nations. Because we have the Torah, we're going to be a place people are going to turn and look. They're going to look at us to see what our examples are and how we're behaving. And as awesome as that is, it also gives us a responsibility. We need to be acting in a way. We need to be always acting in a way that people look at us and they understand. So we say Kiddush Hashem, it's not just Kiddush Hashem. It's a Segula La'amim, it's a treasure for all nations to be proud of. So it says, Ratza HaKadosh Baruch Hashem wanted, L'zakot at Yisrael, L'zakot to reward at Yisrael, the Jewish people. Lefichach, therefore, because He wanted to reward us, Hirba Lahem, He made many for us. He added to us Torah u'mitzvah, Torah and mitzvah. And as we know from yesterday's Mishnah, Torah mitzvah doesn't work if we don't have derech eretz, if we don't have a practice for it. if we don't have a way to polish it, if we don't have an appropriate way to behave. Shene'emar, as it says in Tanakh, in Yeshaya Perek Membet, Hashem chafetz, Hashem wanted Leman Tzidko, so that we would be for our glory. Not really true. Tzidko is more of our greatness, our righteousness. Yagdil Torah v'yadu, that he would make the Torah great and glorified through us. In other words, Hashem wanted to reward us. He wanted to give us a gift. What gift is there to give Bnei Israel? How do we gift a nation something? He wanted to give us stuff. So he gave us Torah mitzvah so he could reward us for doing it. When we do a mitzvah, we get rewarded. There's a bank account of mitzvah that keeps track. Every night when we go to sleep, our neshama leaves our body, and it downloads all the things we did. It's like a little microchip. And in the morning we get up, and it rejuvenates us. And we have a new chance to do Torah mitzvah and to be rewarded for it. And that's why we have Torah mitzvah, so that Hashem could give us rewards, so Hashem could give us special things. Shenemar, as it says in the Navi, tells us Hashem wanted to polish us. He wanted to make us seem as such tzaddikim and tzidkaniyot, as such righteous people. Therefore, He gave us the Torah and mitzvah so we could be glorified. So we become a glorious people when we act with Torah and when we act with midot together. Such a beautiful concept. Again, we're going to stop the video. You're going to go over it again. You're going to read and translate and answer those questions. And when you're done, you should have 2 Mishnayot that you've polished and know perfectly. If you haven't had a chance to go through both, now would be a great time